And there is some confusion as to who won the last election. Just today, we hear over that side say that they won the election. And over this side say that we won the election. I think the only fair solution is a rematch. So they should call the general election and let us see who really won the election.
Bless up my people. Welcome back to the channel. It's your girl Isabel Rose. Thanks for all the new subscribers. Thanks for returning subscribers. If you're new to the channel, subscribe, turn the post notification bell on, put it on all so you won't miss an upload from me. On the road to 20k, help me to get there, my people. So in this one, my people, Prime Minister Holness and Damion Crawford on productivity. Stay tuned for the details at hand. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe to the channel. Run over to my other platform. Subscribe over there. Get that channel to 1k for me, please and thanks. Some people, during Prime Minister Holness' recent contribution to the budget debate, we've seen he has repeatedly called for greater productivity, especially in the public sector. And he said that higher levels of productivity as the antidote to the eroding effect that inflation has on wages. And it's no secret, my people, everybody is crying out for increased pay, increased wages, livable wages. And we've seen since 2 days ago, Senator Crawford made argument during his contribution to the debate on the appropriations bill. And he says he believes the true level of productivity in the country is not being reported given the flawed nature of the approach being used to capture it. He says the problem lies in the manner in which productivity is currently measured in Jamaica's increasingly service-orientated economy. And some people may go make watch back a clipping from Prime Minister Holness' budget debate, specifically on productivity, and the rebuttal from Damion Crawford on same.
Madam Speaker, over the past few years, the pace of project implementation has been such that we have struggled to spend the capital budget. Can you imagine? Let me repeat that because I don't think people would understand what we're saying. The pace of public sector implementation has been such that we can't spend quickly, efficiently, the amount that we allocate for capital expenditure. Two things are happening there, Madam Speaker. The first thing is that we have increased rapidly, this administration, we have increased rapidly the capital allocation. Secondly, we assume that the current state of the public sector would automatically adjust to this new pace. That is not the case. Government has to be instrumental in how it engages the public sector to move it to a new level of administration to match the capital expenditure that is coming. So I want to spend a little time here, Madam Speaker. We will not be able to implement all of these projects that we have mentioned at the pace required unless we increase public sector efficiency and productivity. Based on our long-term strategic planning of the economy, we saw on the horizon that low productivity, among other concerns such as shortage of skilled labor, would be a constraining factor for growth. With our existing level of productivity, our growth path can be defined as between 1 and 2% on average. If we were to secure a level of productivity to the point where we are able to spend the full capital budget and implement projects as scheduled, we could move our growth pathway to 3 to 4% conservatively over the next 5 years. This would mean a doubling of the rate of project delivery, which means getting better roads, water, hospitals, buses, garbage collection to the people than we are currently doing at the current rate. We knew that if we are to effectively deal with the productivity issue, we must address wages. Everyone knows that Jamaica has long been trapped in a vicious cycle of low wage, leading to low output, leading to low growth economy, which can only sustain low wages. You see that vicious cycle. Low wage, low output, low growth can only sustain low wages. The constant struggle of public sector workers is to bring their wages into reasonable alignment with market compensation and keep a pace with inflation. In the mid-90s, there was an agreement to move public sector workers to 80% of market. In the early 2000s, the government of the day implemented 2 tranches, that is in 2002, implemented 2 tranches of the salary increase for central government workers, including parliamentarians. 100% increase and another percentage at the time. But then had to suspend further increases and in fact implemented a wage freeze shortly thereafter in 2004. In 2008, the Bruce Golding administration brought teachers up to 80% of market and gave increases to some other sectors of workers. By 2010, a wage freeze had to be in effect. And by 2013, another wage freeze was put into effect, which lasted up to 2015, I believe. None of the attempts at aligning public sector wages to market treated with the entire public sector at once, and none of them were sustainable. In fact, the history of compensation adjustment is that rounds of adjustments were followed by rounds of high inflation, financial crises, and implementation of wage freezes, which ultimately made public sector salaries uncompetitive. That's our history.
But Mr. President, before I even start my presentation, I think that there are some things that does need a little clarity as we move forward. The first is the whole concept of no new taxes. That's been a big debate. I don't know why it is so important, because it don't seem to be a political point for the voters. The voters don't seem to be acting upon the promise of no new taxes. And the last election in the 26th of February would suggest that, having said it a million times, it was a very little moment. And there is some confusion as to who won the last election. Just today, we hear over that side say that they won the election. And over this side say that we won the election. I think the only fair solution is a rematch. So they should call the general election and let us see who really won the election. We don't want it quarrel, because I remember the night of the election, our side was happy. And their side was sad. So therefore, it seemed they were happy. They were sad that they won. And they would suggest that we were happy that we lost.
Crazy. Ridiculous.
But the second thing I want, and this is important for us to consider, is the whole productivity conversation. The productivity conversation is somewhat misplaced in Jamaica because we fail to acknowledge that service economies often report lower productivity. In economics, it's called the Baumol disease. The Baumol disease says the characteristics of service cause for it to find difficulty in productivity. Let us look at one characteristic, perishability. The service ends when the person leaves. So therefore, if you're working in Don's factory, you can make your 10 for the day. And you can store 5 if 5 don't sell. The hotel don't have that capacity. If the room don't full tonight, it just don't full tonight. It can't store it for tomorrow. That reduces the productivity. It also assumes inseparability. The client must be present. So therefore, if a waitress can serve 10 people, but only 3 people did it, 7 is wasted, she can't do nothing. But if I can make 10 chairs and only 3 people, it don't matter. I can make my 10 chairs and put down 7. So a lot of even people at the tax office, them they not do nothing until 2. And when everybody come now, we say, boy, they're unproductive because they only serve 3 people for the day. That inseparability. If we're going to really look upon the productivity conversation, we might need to look at the structure of our economy to maybe shift to some level of manufacturing and other things that don't have the Baumol disease. This is a global conversation. So therefore, it is and I am not suggesting that there's not need for productivity gains. I'm saying if the economy continue to do more hotels and more services, we're going to have a fight to get those productivity gains. And so therefore the structure of the economy will impact on the measured productivity because of that. The final productivity impact of services is variability. Your learning over time don't give you equal benefit because the requirements vary so greatly. So when you learn to make a table, and you make a table, you eventually become a perfect table maker. When you serve a person, because you're not serving the same person, it don't give you equal efficiency. And so that also becomes a quarrel of productivity. So therefore, but these are things that researchers have shown. It's not a yeah. I mean, Baumol write economic books. Yes. But and I'm not saying that we don't need more productivity. I'm saying that a service economy must factor the service component. Yeah. And debated. Others have agreed with that. That the Baumol disease don't exist. But others have agreed with me. So if we're going to really look into it, then we have to look into all aspects of it so that we can have a fulsome conversation.
And my 2 cents on that, my people, to really capture high productivity levels, one has to find ways and means to motivate the people. And it can be done through identifying and aligning goals with performance. So give them incentives for their performance, and for the ones who are underperforming, give them more refresher scores, basically. And the main reason why productivity is not too high right now, my people, we know it's because of the wages. Nobody not push no great effort if them not get the money for it, so to speak. Another way for me is to set realistic goals. And we know in some work department you have like employee of the month. So the people then basically see where them are work towards, and then probably get one little extra increase on them pay maybe for that particular month, and so on. So I want to hear from one of my people based on what both parties have said in this video, and tell me what are some of the ways where they think productivity can be increased, and tell me what's the takeaway from what both have said in this video. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe to the channel. Run over to my other platform, Instagram and Facebook, and follow me over there at Anisabel Rose. Check out the YouTube store, make a purchase, it goes in support of the channel. Check out the YouTube membership. You get a lot of benefits by becoming a member. Member shout out goes to Angela and Yvonne Wallace, big up on yourself. Also, my people have just introduced VIP membership. Only a small fee per month to join the membership, and the membership can be joined right beside the subscribe button. We do notification shout out in each and every video. To be a part of that, all you have to do is be the first to like, comment and subscribe, and you'll be featured in the following video to come. This notification shout out goes to Pat W as well as Evelyn Meek. Big up on yourself. Thanks for the continued support from each and every subscriber. New viewers, come on board, journey with me, join the family. Subscribe to the channel, like up the videos, share out the videos, support the ABR movement by playing your part. On the road to 20k, help me to get there, my people. Get this video to at least 2,000 likes. Stay tuned for more videos, stay tuned for more updates. Big up on yourself.